Yo, we back.
We're back, I think. Everybody good? Sorry about that. Oh, this is upside
Oh, you have
down.
to reverse the, camera.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. There. Okay. We're all good now.
Nice.
Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. My computer just spontaneously killed itself. Hi, Ninja Stars Rexatron. Also, sorry about my voice today.
Hi.
Yeah, I've had COVID, so my throat's got a little something in my throat today. Twitch doing a wee
Hi.
bit of wonking? I don't think it was Twitch so much as just
Hi.
Windows.
Hi.
Hi Scrub Lord. Hi Logan's Game. Hi Wizard of Poop.
Hi.
Hi Never Enough Ammo. Hi Astro Piggy.
Hi.
Astro Piggy or Astro
Hi.
Pidgey? Hi Rockshell. Hi
Hi.
Koopa. Holy shit, I'm regretting that redeem. Hi Ria Hammer.
Yeah, it's only a $1 too.
Well, the point of it
Hi.
is so, like, you know, someone can say hi even if they don't want to, like,
I see.
come up with something to say. Just say hi.
I keep
Hi.
increasing the prices of all my redeems on my my stream.
Hi Xcount. Hi Xrock. Ask Engineer. Thank you for the follow. Just coming back now from some technical difficulties. And we can get back to cleaning.
I'm literally 1984. I am not 1984.
Okay. No, the audio's all good. Everything good.
Yep, it's good on my end.
Hi, S Engineer. Welcome. So, I don't need this punch. I can put this away. Or I'll put this aside for now. Right. I was cleaning the bulk
So I
carrier
think-
group.
Yeah, we left off cleaning the bulk carrier group, so I was gonna say spray the long end. I'll leave it at that.
The long, girthy part in your words.
Long, girthy end. Yes, and then give it a good rub down.
Probably switch to a fresh rag after this.
Yep, just stroke it just like that.
Stop!
It's too easy, honestly. It's too easy. I'm sorry.
Why are guns so phallic?
It's true.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Thomas. What's up?
And once that looks pretty good, what I would recommend is maybe get some more Q-tips and kind of get in those little,
Yeah, definitely to get in
areas
here.
where get in there. Clean those areas where the bolt.
fuck's sake.
locks up. Hey, you said it, not me. You said it, not me. Okay.
It was a literal description, man.
Yeah. Gotcha. Which of your bullpups is easiest to take down? Actually, ironically, the AUG. Steyr AUG is probably the easiest gun to disassemble, and it's like the oldest design of the bunch.
Huh.
Super simple. It's because it's got that quick detaching barrel assembly, right?
Oh, that makes sense.
You want to get out the front, one pin, and then the whole receiver slides out, and then the bolt and carrier pops out the front too. So
Do all of the AUG models have that? Not just like the,
Yep.
you know, the saw kind of version?
they all disassemble the exact same way.
Interesting.
So super easy to take apart.
I like you, Phil. I think you're funny. One of you two needs to fucking... You don't have to put gotcha down to compliment me, but thank you. Well, that's the Osteyr, isn't it? Slightly
the
different.
Well, yeah, F90, which is the updated version. So the was it the E88, F88, I think, which is the copy of the Steyr AUG that Australia
Australia.
uses.
Austria
takes
does
apart
also
the-
use the AUG, but
Yeah.
not the...
No, Austria and Australia. It's kind of ironic. Those are the two countries left that basically still use the AUG.
Yeah.
The early ones take apart the exact same way as an AUG. The later versions, the gun called the F90, which is the
Fails
upgraded-
F90.
Yeah, that gun takes
That is
apart
the coolest
differently.
looking AUG, and apparently there were plans to import it, but they got just scuttled. So
Yeah, I was so angry about that. I was ready to
So
literally
sad.
pre-order one, And last minute, it got basically the whole project got shut down by Thales because they're assholes, and the Australian government.
Yeah.
We're like, no, you can't sell that to America because we're jerks. Because it was ready to be imported. They literally had it ready to go.
And those fucking Brit bongs keeping the L85s to themselves.
Yeah, same thing too. Although, maybe I don't have much hope, but maybe there's a chance that once they start adopting, I think it's ARs now, like everybody else.
Well, that's just the thing. They don't export their guns when they're not using them anymore. They just
Yeah. I mean, if they get destroyed, though, there's a chance maybe some parts kits will slip out somewhere. Maybe. Maybe. Or more likely, they're gonna give them all to like Ukraine or something, and then maybe they'll chop them up and sell them as parts kits in like a decade. I don't know.
Could be.
Could see something like that happening.
Not really a topic I want to get into too much, but I could see a lot of heretofore unobtainium guns getting out because of that conflict.
Yeah, again,
and I'm gonna leave it there, but yeah.
At this point, and it's pure speculation, but maybe someday. There's things that I was really hoping for to see as a parts kit on the market that unfortunately, have all ended up over there now. The countries that had them are basically like, here's all our old stock, have it. And so, which is frustrating as a gun owner here, because we're like, well, it probably would have been a parts kit that would be coming to the US, but now it's not because it was there. But they can use it. Yeah. And if it eventually does, well, maybe.
Yeah, it'll have some provenance in anything. But yeah.
It might come back around someday.
So I think I'm done with the bulk carrier group. I'm gonna go ahead and reassemble this.
Yep.
Remind me how. So.
Yeah. So bolt in first.
Okay.
And there's basically two ways. You can see there's two ways to put that pin in, but it's like tapered usually, so you can't install it wrong. Okay. Also, if you look, the extractor claw, the little claw face on the bolt, it should always be facing to the. Well, I guess this one's gonna be. What is it? It kicks the shells down. That's kind of weird. So it would be facing the bottom of the bolt carrier group.
Yeah, this is definitely. Yeah, definitely doesn't fit that way. So.
Yeah, and there's like kind of like a little flat side to that cam pin that's gonna be facing up. So the flat surface is up or down. It'll
Does
only
that look
go
right?
one way. Can you hold it a little bit closer? So you want to rotate it so when the bolt's forward, that surfaces all match up. Like it's like the same plane. Does that make sense?
Yes. There we are.
Yeah, I think like that. And now you're gonna put your firing pin in the back. Yep, that's exactly right.
Okay.
That's good.
Firing pin here.
And those usually aren't directional. Let's just drop it in.
Oh, there's a surface on this side. Oh, I see. That's because of the other pin. That's how the pin goes in.
So it retains it. Yeah, it might go in a way though to be retained. Also, the firing pin is what keeps that cam pin in it. It holds it all together. It goes through it.
So that's backwards. This way.
Oh, we didn't really lubricate it, but it's probably fine. What I might do, let the bolt spring forward kind of there. And I might put a couple little drops on the outside of the bolt itself, and then just work that back.
So like here?
Yeah, right there. Just a drop on like each side, kind of smear it around, and then just work the bolt back and forth, so it's lubricated in that channel, right? Because again, that's a moving part. Looks pretty smooth to me.
Yep. Alrighty.
Cool. Put that aside.
Not a lot of room here, so figuring out where to put this.
Yeah, maybe just trade out. You can swap for something else.
There, that'll
It's up to you if you want to do the lower next or the barrel.
Well, the barrel's been sitting for a hot minute, so let's probably deal with that.
Probably do that. Okay. So you're gonna need the smaller patches this time.
The 223 ones.
Yep. And you're probably gonna have to put a couple of those rods together to get enough length to be able to go all the way through the barrel.
Yeah, that's true.
Favorite snack while cleaning? Don't eat snacks while cleaning gun.
Yeah, lead and food does not mix. Or actually it does mix, which is a bad thing. So. There, let's grab this guy. Get a cleaning kit.
Yeah, looking, I think you're probably gonna need 2 more extensions by the looks of it. I don't think one's gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna read that comment, Astro.
Shut the fuck up. You're the
You
main one
prefer
reading
Reese's?
chat, because I'm, like,
Yeah,
obviously.
very focused task at hand.
Yes.
It's true. I find it's actually usually easier for if you're on a collabing on the stream. It's easier for the person who's collabing to pay attention to the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Less count.
Especially because I've got, like, actual activity I'm doing here. Okay.
You prefer Reese's peanut butter cups because the paper wrappers that they come in can be used to organize parts.
Alright, here we go.
So you should just be able to push it all the way through. You can pull it back through if you want. We're just kind of clearing that oil out.
Right. There we are.
You might even run 2 patches just because that thing was really soaked, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, this is just instantly black. Here's another patch. Yeah, I don't know how many rounds have gone through this thing before I got it.
That's kind of the weird part about buying used guns, right? Like, you don't really know. Somebody could have fired, unless they tell you specifically, they could have fired 5 rounds or 5,000 or 50,000. Like, looking at the wear on this thing, I don't think it was shot very much.
Yeah.
It looks,
But, like,
it looks pretty.
When was the last time it was cleaned afterward, you know?
Who knows? Yeah, maybe never. Could never have been cleaned. How does the RDB shoot? You've never shot a Keltec? I'm not sure. I have to defer to Penny on this one because I have not fired.
It is very pleasant. And granted, this is my first rifle, so I don't have a ton of frame of reference, but I had 2 friends there when I shot it for the first time. They both shot it, and they thought it was really nice.
Have you shot ARs before?
Yeah, a handful of times. But it's been a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And let me
I
tell
feel
you,
like it's hard.
my friend's AR was like, it felt, by comparison, it felt very long, very heavy. No innuendo.
Sure. I get in trouble, but you're fine when Penny says it.
Fucking. My point is, I very much like it, especially like the fact that it balances right above the grip. Like the center of mass, just because of the positioning of the barrel of the action, is right in the middle, so it feels very light. And I think it already is pretty light because it's, you know, it's polymer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one time I picked one of these up, it definitely felt like it was a little bit lighter than some of the other bullpups on the market. That'd be my biggest complaint with a lot of them.
Bore brush time?
Yes, go ahead and get the 22 caliber bore brush.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. I'm just gonna kind of give it a little swim in the hops number 9, and
Yep,
then
grab that again.
run it down, ram it through.
These are hops. Looking very viscous today.
The bullpups, a lot of the other ones are pretty heavy, comparatively. Like they weigh on average about 1 pound more than a lot of their contemporary AR-15s and stuff.
What the hell?
Which
the bore brush next to this one is labeled 243. What the hell is that?
243.
Yeah.
It's a 308 neck down to a 243 caliber. It's a pretty common hunting.
Huh. Never heard of it.
Is that really long one? The 22 caliber? That one's super long.
I guess because it's meant for 5.56.
Yeah, usually, I mean, I guess some more brushes are that long.
I feel like I'm about to churn butter when I'm fucking maneuvering this thing.
Yeah, it gets a bit unwieldy for sure. So, yeah. Oh, careful with that. You do not want to knock that over and spill it on your table. That would be a bad time.
Unfortunately, this is just a little shitty folding table I got off Amazon,
Yeah.
not like my actual desk.
But still, would not be a good time.
All right.
Careful when you're doing this. So to knock.
I'm gonna get it through a bit, and then I'll.
Yeah.
I see why they got the handle on the end now. So you definitely need it.
And what I will do is kind of set the barrel down flat on your table. I would move that container of hops. Like put the muzzle
let's close
end,
that for now.
Yeah. Put the muzzle end on that left side cloth, and then just push it. Use some leverage and push it all the way through. Yep, just like that.
There we go. Come on now.
There you go. You got it.
Goodness. Yep.
And then we're gonna unscrew it and do it again. So this is where it's a pain to clean stuff on stream.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're dealing with a bullpup, which is one of the shorter things, but some of the, like, I cleaned like I think one of the rifles that had like a 22-inch barrel or something like that, and it's so long to try and get it all even partially showing the camera, or like I have to back like 2 feet away from my desk to like get a running start on this thing almost.
Yeah, this is a bit of an ordeal. Let's be honest. Stir my witch's brew for a fucking second here.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't even use hops every time I clean a rifle. It's kind of every once in a while, or how much you've shot it, I'll use some of that. But depending, if you clean it, if the gun was clean, you shoot it and then you clean it right away. Like, I don't feel like you need hops is not as important.
Yeah, probably good to do for this first time though, because I don't know.
Yeah, just because you don't know exactly.
Yeah.
And if something's really crusted in there, you can soak it in hops. Like, you'd actually put it down the barrel and let it sit for a while, like we did with the ballistol. But it's something that have to be really crusty to merit that, I think.
Okay, do it one more time, I think.
Yeah, probably run it through one more time, and then switch to some cloth patches. Tech and magnifier on a light sub on mine. Sure, it's heavy, but it balances good still. Yeah, a lot of the bullpups, they'll balance well even though they are heavier because of the weight's rearward.
Yeah, sorry I'm not paying attention to chat too much. A little preoccupied.
Yeah, no, I'll keep an eye on it here.
Appreciate
Your
it.
CVO on your X95. Nice.
Okay.
Different muzzle device on mine plus a forward device, 18-inch version. Balances exactly how we're doing.
I would love to throw a suppressor on this thing, honestly. Hi,
It's really
mode.
cool, especially one of those. I'd be curious because I have that B&T flow-through design one, and it drops right on an A2 birdcage like that, so it literally would just bolt straight on that thing.
Huh. I mean, is it
I'd be curious to
standardized, do you
try one
think?
of those. That looks normal. Yeah, it looks like a regular A2 birdcage to me.
Ooh.
I tried it on about 10 different guns, and I only had one that it didn't work on. And that was because the A2 birdcage was actually not a, like, mil spec one. They had changed a little bit of the profile, and so that's the one it didn't fit on. But I've tried it on the ARX 100, I've shot it on the CZ Brent 2, 2S, I've used it on the X95.
So I just need to look for a 223, or well, 22 caliber.
Yeah, you can get, so there's kind of two schools of thought here you can do when you're buying a suppressor. You can either go with the dedicated caliber for the gun, or you can go bigger. Which I would actually recommend doing this. I would buy a 30 caliber suppressor, not a 5.56 caliber suppressor.
You think so?
Because, yeah, it does give you more flexibility down the road. Say you got a 300 blackout gun someday, or you got a 7.62 by 51, 308.
Man, imagine this thing in 300 blackout.
That'd be really cool. What I want is a SBR'd RDB and 300 blackout. I think would be super sexy. That'd be, I think, really, really cool gun setup.
My cleaning
I would
rod is coming unscrewed a little bit.
Recap the hops. It's making me nervous.
Good call. Thank you. Was not thinking about that. Set that aside. Get this fucker out.
I don't like the short barrel MCX. It looks weird. The full size MCX is pretty hot, but I don't like the shorty one. The MD, what is it called? MDRX or? Oh no, that said MCX. Yeah, MCX is the sick. I was thinking MDRX.
Yeah,
Too many
MDRX is
X's and
the
M's and
deck one.
R's and too many M's, X's, and R's in these gun names. I get them all mixed up sometimes. But what is that? Those the Micron. MDRX Micron is their short barrel one.
That one's really cool.
Yeah. I don't like the handguard on it. I wish it had a different
I mean,
handguard.
it's interchangeable, so someone will make an aftermarket one.
Maybe. I haven't seen one yet. But the other beef I have with the MDR is it's a 308 caliber rifle. It's designed around that cartridge, and when you convert it to 300 blackout or 5.56, it's like too big. It's bigger than it needs to be, right? It'd be like if you bought the Keltec RFB and then put 5.56 parts in it.
I see.
It's just chunkier, heavier, overbuilt for those cartridges. So I would like to see Desert Tech make a scaled version in 5.56 300 blackout. I don't think they're going to do that, but that would be my preference if they ever did. So the gun could be a lot lighter and handier than it currently is.
I think there might have been a ton of crud in here because it was really hard to get through the first time. Now it's kind of going.
Nice. Yeah, I will say rifle barrels, you're going to end up running probably quite a few more patches than the pistol barrel.
Just because there's more length to get crud in, right?
More length, more powder in the cartridges to burn and deposit residue into the barrel itself. So yeah, you're usually going to spend a little bit more time cleaning a barrel on a rifle than you will a pistol. You know, you maybe only run 4 or 5 patches on a pistol one. You're probably going to run like 10 or 15 on a rifle.
Good to know. Good thing I got a fucking 1,000 of them.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the same thing, just alternate dry and wet patches.
Yep.
So once we got everything dry in there, spray a patch down and then run it again.
That's what I'm doing.
And yeah, it's good. Wipe down all the surfaces there. Like I said, we're not going to mess with that gas system though.
Yeah, I'm not messing with that.
Oh, I had a coffee.
Ray Hammer, can you allow that message through? Thanks.
What was I going to say about Keltec though? I forget now. But yeah, I think Keltec, this is what baffles me sometimes. Instead of like releasing or modifying their existing gun designs with like kind of versions that maybe people want or make sense, they just keep releasing new
stuff
guns
every time.
There's like, we never finish or we never bring a product line to like maturity. We just abandon it and make another product. That's how Keltec works, which frustrates me a bit because I'm like, the RFB, the RDB, the KSG, they're all good guns, but they're not like 100% what they could be, right? If they kept product improving it, they could make them even better. And they just don't seem to do that. They're more interested in bringing another new design to market versus improving their existing guns. The only gun that's gotten a Gen 2 from Keltec that I know of is the Sub 2000. It's literally the only one that they've ever done a Gen 2 of their models, so kind of weird to me in that way.
Yeah. I'm just gonna fucking pull the whole thing of patches out and just pull them apart so we can have them ready.
Good call. Yeah, I usually just pull a stack of them out.
FA binary is okay. Bitch to put in.
I have not really messed with binary triggers at all. I mean,
I'm not too huge a fan of the idea, frankly.
To me, it's a range toy in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't think they serve any practical purpose.
I just don't like the idea of once you pull the trigger, you're committed to firing another shot.
Yeah, which depending on the trigger, there are like you can put it on safe and then release, but like I don't know if I would trust it. I would still be expecting the second round to go off every time, even with like the Fostech Echo and stuff like that. I think that you have to treat it like that mentally, otherwise you're setting yourself up to have an ND. So that's why I really do look at them as a range novelty. I don't think they have a practical purpose, but they do look super fun. And so what I wanted to do is I've been wanting to get one for a 22 setup, because I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah, I
you
think so.
You can just go mag dump like your 1022 in binary. Other people steal Keltec's design, so they don't need to make a second generation if someone else is effectively doing it. I don't
Suppose
think
you're
that's
not
what
wrong.
they're planning on doing. I mean, just give it 2 years and Ruger will clone whatever Keltec makes, probably. Just about. Except for the bullpups. For whatever reason, Ruger does not like bullpups, because they've never made any.
Yeah, I suppose they haven't.
All their other handguns, they basically copied from
My
Cut.
fucking neck, you hear that?
Crack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mine just popped too.
Getting hunched over this table working on this.
Yeah, that'll happen. Hey, at least you're only cleaning 2 guns. I've sat down and cleaned like 6 or 7 guns before. That was a nightmare.
I'll
It
bet.
literally took like all day. An entire day cleaning guns.
Kind of feels like all day, but we're getting through it.
Hey, we're actually almost done here. Once you get the barrel done, it's just wipe down a few more surfaces and then we'll reassemble it. So
Yeah, these are starting to come back kind of clean, so.
you're gonna bullpup your Mini 14 to spite Ruger. Nice.
There.
It's another
I
gun I'm missing in my
absolutely love the, I forget the name of it, but like the A-team type stock for the Mini 14.
Oh yeah, the side folding stock.
Yeah.
Mini 14.
Like the AC556 folder.
Those are neat. That's
Mini
what-
14s are so cool, but they're practically not any better than an AR, and they're more expensive now.
Yeah.
It's the
it
saddest
used to
thing in the
be-
world.
I remember going to gun shows not that many years ago, and you'd see Mini 14s for like $500 to $600 pretty regularly, like a used one. I don't think those are those prices anymore.
How I yearn
But
for the
I should've-
days.
I should probably pick one up next time I see a good deal on one just to have. I want one of the really old school, like 1970s produced ones, because they didn't have the little shroud that covers the op rod piece. So, you know, on the Mini 14, you look at the right hand side by where the charging handle is. There's like that big plastic chunk that kind of covers the op rod that, you know, like an M1 Garand or an M14. Normally that part's exposed. For whatever reason, Ruger's like, I don't know, people are gonna put their fingers in there or something. So they put this like shield over it, and it kind of ruins the aesthetic of the gun, in my opinion.
Huh, I'm not sure I
And
know what you're talking
early. Yeah, here, I'll send you a picture.
about. Sure.
So that's the modern one, where it's got that plastic shield on the right side.
Oh, I've never noticed that before.
Yeah, and let me find
Hey, Shackleford, what's good?
an early picture.
Oh, Blank O'Doyle, what's good?
And then if we look at like, it's kind of small, but maybe a better one.
I just hit on my keyboard. Whatever, we're good. Thanks for doing this with me, Gotcha. I really appreciate
Oh
it.
yeah, no problem. It's fun. Good times.
It is.
Here, I'll just zoom in on this a bit.
It's pretty much my first time cleaning a rifle, probably like literally second time cleaning a pistol.
So I kind of zoomed in on it there, but you can see how it's exposed.
Yeah, like an
the
M14 or a
odd rod piece.
Garand. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of, for whatever reason, Ruger felt the need to shroud that piece, and it looks less like the M14, less like the M1 Garand on the newer guns, and I don't like it. Technically, you could get a different upper handguard, but I just want to find one of the old school, like, I think it's the first 5 or 6 years they made them, they were like that. And then in the 80s, they switched to having that plastic shield piece over them.
I think I'll do one more and then that's probably good.
Yeah, I think you'd be fine. Like one more patch.
Or one more wet, one more dry.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, this
To be
thing
fair,
is
if you have normal
a
size-
real pleasure on the range, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I like 5.56 so much, too. They're just fun to shoot. They don't have a ton of recoil.
No.
Ammunition's still semi-affordable, even now.
Yeah. And this is like a 16-inch
like
barrel, but, I mean, it's not, like, unpleasant or louder at all.
To be fair, if you have normal-sized arms and hands, the shield is useful. People I let shoot mine usually have their hands by the op rod. Yeah, I'm not going to probably be handing this to a bunch of novice shooters, though. I'm like, this is my gun that I would be shooting, so like, I understand. And not to keep my fingers jammed in the spots where pieces are moving. I've never had a problem on M1 Garand shooting it like that, so I don't think the Mini 14 would be an issue either.
Alright. That's the barrel. I'm gonna take this down now.
Nice. So, really for the lower, I doubt you're going to have to do much cleaning in there. I would probably just
Yeah,
spray a
honestly, I
little
don't
oil.
see much in there.
Spray a
Or the
little
hand
oil
guard or
on-
anything. I'll give it like
Yeah,
a quick brush down, but it doesn't need much, I don't think.
I would literally just spray a little bit of Alisol on one of those rags and just kind of wipe the insides out
I'm gonna
of
get
the
Inside here.
Oh, one thing we do need to do, actually, I forgot to put this. Get a Q-tip down in that barrel extension piece where the bolt locks in there.
Which piece?
The rear portion of the barrel there. So where you've
Yep.
got all those locking lug recesses.
Yeah, I can do that.
We really hosed a bunch of oil in there, so you just want to kind of clean that out. Just wipe around the inside of that. I would use a dry Q-tip.
Oh, okay. I'll do a
Because
rub and
remember,
then I'll do a
it
dry one.
literally foamed out the back when you sprayed it in there.
That's
So I just say, so we clean that out because when we ran the patches and the bore brush through, that does not clean the chamber or the locking recess area. Yeah, right in there. So yeah, just wipe that out so there's not a ton of oil in there.
You got it? In all the locking lugs. Okay.
So what I was saying for the lowers, I would just grab the rag and just kind of wipe it down.
This one less rub down before I set
Yeah,
it
and you
aside.
can get some Q-tips kind of in if you want to clean the muzzle device. Kind of wipe around in there. Sometimes you'll
Yeah, it can't
spray
hurt.
some oil.
Just get a
Kind of
little-
in through those slots and just wipe around in there to clean it out. 'Cause you'll get a lot of buildup on the muzzle devices over time.
Yeah, it's not going to impede function. It's just dirty.
Yeah, it kind of aesthetically doesn't look as nice. If they'll turn a funky color too from like copper fouling and stuff, they'll get this kind of blue, crusty looking buildup on there, and so you want to clean that off. Sometimes you have to use a brush. But that's also a sign that I don't think this rifle's been shot that much because that doesn't look like there's hardly any
Yeah.
buildup on there.
Okay. So then,
So yeah, I'd grab that
I'm gonna put this
lower.
bore brush away.
Yeah.
It is really satisfying doing this.
It feels good. It does feel good when you're done cleaning the gun. It's like, oh yeah, it's all nice and shiny. It feels great. Action's buttery smooth, all that stuff.
right. Guess we'll do lower.
Hey, what's that little? Is that the hammer at the back there? What's that little piece that's sticking up there? I don't think I've ever looked at a Keltec.
This is what the bolt was catching on. I think this might be the bolt hold open.
Oh, is that the bolt catch device?
It might be.
It's so weird. This gun looks so weird. Disassembled like this.
Frankly, I'm not 100% sure. This is the magazine release. It's very simple. You can see how like it just rides in a little channel and just pops out. It's very simple. Of course, you can just can't really do it when it's disassembled, but you can hit it back.
Yeah, so you can do that on the original Devore too.
It's pretty convenient.
Bump it with your back of your hand to drop a mag. Some people think that's a bad design because if you were to hit it by accident, but I find that they're usually far enough back that let's just have like
and because like I have small hands. I've heard people complain about it who have larger hands, but for me, I have to be very intentional about it.
Exactly. Like I don't think I could do it on accident.
No. Hey Flamebird, what's good? I want to get a Keltec P50. I did handle a P50 at a shop once.
I'm not gonna lie, I hate that gun.
I get where you're coming from, but I'll tell you, trigger, really nice. Now the rest of the ergonomics, I'm not gonna say anything, but the trigger was nice at least.
This is the one benefit of a bullpup. One of the benefits of a bullpup too is the rear portions of this really don't get any debris or dirt and stuff in the action. Like this thing basically, you can fire a couple hundred rounds through it and it's gonna look the same. Like it really doesn't. All of the debris is mostly up front and in the bolt assembly, so
yeah,
really don't have to do a lot of
there's not really much, honestly. Run this through the mag wall a bit, but not really much.
Yeah,
and I think I could just set this aside.
Yeah, I think you're good with that. Honestly.
Charging handle will probably hit for a bit.
Charging handle, yeah, I would give it a little wipe down.
That was too much.
Whoa, yeah.
It's fine.
Aster, you think the P50's neat? Well, that's fine. I mean, again, everybody's got different preferences with guns, and that's a-okay. Just for me,
the underside of this definitely needs some. Just like, check it. Clean?
Yep.
Black.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's, I would say charging handles are things I think people forget to clean quite a bit. I've seen a lot of ARs that will be really gummed up. And also the inside of upper receivers or receiver channels sometimes get overlooked too.
Just a little bit here. Let me get some in there.
The gyrojet is neat. It doesn't make it good though. Shots fired.
The gyrojet is really neat.
Yeah, but I mean they're comparing it to the P50. They're putting the gyrojet and the P50 on the same.
Damn, that's brutal.
So it's kind of savage.
I mean, hey, P50 holds 50 rounds.
Yeah, the stock that the P50 have is like super awful design in my opinion. It feels like a major afterthought. I don't understand why they did it that way. There's way better ways they could have put a stock on that thing.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the stock on that because for the longest time they didn't even have one.
Oh, I'll find one for you. It's a bad.
Oh boy. I need a fresh. I really like the charging handle on this. It's very, I think it's plastic, but it feels nice. And the spring tension is really good, so it feels very decisive, I would say. Talking about the charging handle on this.
Yeah, pretty good.
I like.
It looks pretty functional.
Yeah.
It's got enough length but not too long.
Yeah.
So.
It's good for what it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll just hit the inside of the top cover a bit.
Look at that monstrosity. That's
Jesus wept.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
That's awful.
It is truly awful. Like, come on, Keltec.
Ooh, okay,
That's
that actually does need some cleaning for sure.
Yes, yeah, people don't forget to do this. They'll forget to clean like the tops or insides of like upper receivers and things.
Yeah, definitely needs some.
It's not really like a surface that would probably ever cause a problem, but just for good, good gun hygiene, you want to clean up there.
See that tape? Serial number's under there. Good thing I got that.
Nice.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't really... Like, I doubt anything would actually come of, like, showing my serial number on the internet.
Yeah.
But it's not a good idea, I don't think. Why show it if I don't need to?
Yeah, that's kind of where I am now. I didn't used to bother taping things up, and then people were like, gotcha, you should cover your serial number. I'm like, why? It's not really, I don't care.
But it's like, it's 2 seconds with some electrical tape, so why not?
Yeah. The only thing somebody can really do with it is they could basically falsely claim that like that gun was stolen or something based on the serial number, but then they're filing a false police report, which I would think would have ramifications of its own if you were ever caught doing that. So I don't think most people would be stupid enough to do something like that, but I guess if somebody really wanted to mess with you, maybe. And again, it wouldn't even cause a problem until if you were ever to sell the gun. That would be the only time it would ever even come up. And to be honest, I don't really sell very many firearms, so I usually don't really worry.
Unless I have to, I don't see myself selling much either.
Well, I mean, if you get enough guns, you're gonna end up selling some because there'll be something. You'll get something inevitably that you like, but then there'll be something else you want more, and you're like, well, I could sell this to buy that other thing.
Or if you just don't like it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of guns that I sold because I didn't like them, and there's only been a handful. The vast majority of them are guns that I still like and enjoy, but it's just I wanted something more. Which is what happened to all my Keltecs. I've owned a KSG full size, I've owned a Sub 2000, I've owned a SU-16, and a CMR 30. And the only gun I have now that's Keltec is my second KSG that I got. So I've owned a bunch of Keltecs and I've sold all of them, mainly just because I liked them, they were interesting, but I wanted another gun more, and I'm like, if I want to rebuy the Keltec later, I can. So, but if I got an RDB, I would probably keep it. I don't think I'd be selling that one because it fits in with my bullpup collection too well.
RDB's I honestly... I kind of went with a bullpup because I have relatively limited storage constraints, but I'm not sure I can go back. Bullpups are really nice. I like them.
Well, and I argue this, if you've never learned what I'm going to call, honestly, bad habits of only being able to shoot traditional style rifles, bullpups are just fine. Like, the reason people don't like bullpups is because they didn't start on them, right? They started with a regular rifle and then they tried a bullpup later.
Yeah, people act like bullpups are like worse for training, but it's not really.
If you never started with a conventional rifle and only learned the bullpup, it's honestly just as good, really, in most ways. Especially a lot of modern ones.
Yeah. This thing has some magnet stuff here. It's really nice, actually.
Yeah. Did you clean that middle one?
I did.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention.
I got them all. I think that's just about everything. You know what? I did not actually run anything inside here. Just a little prick. Okay. I think it's time to reassemble.
I think we're ready for reassembly. So.
Oh, right. So, first things first. Barrel, recoil assembly needs to go back together.
Yeah, those two pieces gotta fit. Also, put your charging handle in first.
Do first?
Charging handle first, because otherwise you're not gonna be able to get it in there.
Oh, I see. Actually, I think you...
Other way?
No, I think you...
Either way.
I think you do this first.
I'm pretty sure charging handle goes in first, doesn't it? Maybe not.
I'm not so sure.
And I've never put one of these back together, so...
Perhaps I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You should be able to line it up there. So, you gotta... Yeah, charging handle's gotta flip around. It's the folding bit's gonna go forward, not back.
Ah. Okay, there it is. That's what I was missing. So here, I want it on this side.
Yeah, kind of hold in place, and I think that'll help guide the
I think you're right.
carrier in.
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
Okay, the bolt should fit into the recess of the barrel extension there. Like, it should go all the way in. You need to have your bolt forward. So before you go that far, Penny,
Yeah.
make sure the bolt is locked into the barrel there. So pull it out slightly, make sure the bolt's pressed forward, and then fit it in there, and it should slide in. Might hold it in place.
This feels like a three-handed operation. There we go.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay, yep, so that's locked together. Good, good.
Okay.
So now we're gonna put that into the upper receiver piece, I think.
Right, I think that's right. So, just on like that.
Get those holes to line up.
Now, onto the lower.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about fitting the back part of the lower. Go for that front pin, the one that was such a pain to get disassembled. Try and line everything up with that first. I would probably set it down on the table. I think you'll have a little easier time.
Okay.
No, Penny wants it on the left side. Firearms instructor. We took it off of the right side because Penny's not left-handed.
Yeah, that's just how it came to me.
Yeah, it came like that, but it was on the wrong side, so we're moving it to the other side because you would want on the left side as a right-handed shooter.
Okay.
So yeah,
Let's
try
hold on and figure out
everything-
what the fuck we're doing here. So,
Yeah, try and line everything up there.
dude,
you gotta
the,
get
the
that.
recoil spring is about to shove this fucking cleaning kit off the table.
And this is the part where you definitely need three hands. So you got to get that in.
Need to get
that
all
piece
three
in,
of these lined up.
All three of these to line up, which sounds like kind of a nightmare, not gonna lie.
Yep. But you're having fun.
Yeah, oh no, this is great.
Okay, hold that with that finger.
And the important part is, remember, if you're getting frustrated, if it's getting hard, just stop, take a breath, come back to it. Don't force things.
Is there a particular way this needs to get in here?
It should just
There we
kinda
go.
slide over the top of it, yeah.
Okay. And pin goes in this side, right?
Pin goes in that side, yep.
Just need to make sure I got it all lined up. Which I'm not sure that I do. No? No, not
It's
quite.
close. It looks like the top piece is a little far back. What you might do too, Penny, is you can kind of sandwich it all together, and then stand it up and like use gravity to hold it down, like the buttstock onto the table.
Oh, that's a good
You
idea.
know, see what I'm saying? Don't worry about it being in frame for this piece. It might sometimes reassembling guns. It's easier to do it off camera, so you can kind of hold it down in place with the piece, put the pieces together.
Oh my god, light at the end of the tunnel.
And then get that pin, and remember, right side to left, I believe. Yeah.
Is that lined up? Let's see.
You're gonna probably have to give it a little tap with that little hammer if you got it. Polymer one. That's pretty typical of this stuff. You gotta give it a little tap to get started. This looks a lot more fun than putting together my X95. Yeah.
There we go.
Going together pretty smoothly too.
Yep.
Doesn't feel like a ton of. All right, perfect. Yeah, I think they put that pin in the wrong way, and that's why it was so freaking impossible to get out first.
Cool. Okay.
You might use the nylon punch to fully seat that. After you get all the pieces together, you can go back and check all the pins and make sure they're fully in.
No, I'm not sure this side is fully lined up.
Yeah? Does it look like it?
Yeah, that's a no.
Are the two pieces seated all the way together?
Oh, nope, they were not. Yeah, that seems better.
Yeah, and again, those are supposed to be captive,
Gorgeous.
so next time you take it apart, you won't drive those out all the way.
Yeah. All good?
Yep.
Yeah, nothing pops out easily. Yeah, that's definitely supposed to go that way. And I think we just have the handguard now.
Yeah, well, like the middle pin too. Don't forget the middle one.
Oh. Good catch, thank you. Hold on. It looks clear through.
Should be. Again, you're getting it past that detent, so it might take a little bit.
Okay. It looks slightly cockeyed when I'm putting it in that way, so I don't quite.
Oh yeah, no, that's not straight.
That's not right. Hold on.
Look at the pin itself. Is there a direction those have to go in, or?
No.
There's just like a groove on the bottom right that's cut.
It's all the way around.
Yeah, okay. So that's the channel that detent's supposed to run in. So basically, because we took it all the way out, you now need to force that detent back into that groove. And so you're gonna have to probably use a little bit of little force to do that.
Yeah, it seems like it's off at a little bit of an angle, so I don't quite want to force it.
Like it's not lined up all the way?
Yeah.
Like between.
Like look at the side. Kind of.
Can you stand it back up? Can you stand it back up and kind of put some downward pressure again on the buttstock and see if that lines things up?
Good
at all?
idea.
Does it look? If you're looking through there, does it look like it lines up?
See, it looks like it lines up, but it just doesn't quite want to. Whoop. Wherever a cow, thank you for the follow. I dropped that pin.
Yeah, just bonk it harder. What you can do too, if you need to, is kind of cover the end of the pin with the microfiber cloth and get the bigger hammer and give it a little tap that way.
See, I just don't think it's quite fully aligned, like...
But you said looking through the hole, everything looks aligned, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
you can be close up.
Maybe
Oh yeah, that looks good.
There's a slight little edge there. You know, I'm gonna take out this rear pin and then try.
That's true. You can try that. I think once we get it back in its little detent track, it probably won't feel like it's got so much resistance.
Kind of went for a second. See, it's still not quite perpendicular. That's what's throwing me.
Yeah, well, and the reason it's kind of cocked to that side, I think, is because we're trying to force that detent inside there around. It's basically, it has nowhere to go. So we need to have it go far enough till it hits that track and gets back into that little groove, and then I think you will be in business. But I could be wrong, but...
Alright, I'm just gonna go at it.
Go for it. Hammer time.
No.
No progress?
No. I don't trust this. Well, here's what's throwing me. These other two pins are going in just
here,
fine.
I have an idea. Idea. Pull that pin back out, or if it's not fully seated, that's fine. Pop out the rear one. Pop out the rear pin. You can leave that in place. Pop out the rear pin. Hinge it down. So remember how I was kind of doing that to you earlier when we were trying to take it apart? So hinge that open if you're able to. Might have to knock that loose.
It's not ideal.
What you can do is get your punch out and go from the other side.
Punch it from the other side.
Drift it back out from the other side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hinge the lower open and then seat this pin into the lower housing before we try and install it into all the pieces together. If that makes sense.
Boy, this is a special kind of nightmare.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. The bolt's forward, right?
Yes.
The bolt's not cocked back? Okay, good. Yeah. The main thing is we don't want spring tension pushing on all these pieces, so you want the bolt forward.
Of course, now I got the punch stuck in there. Ay, ay, ay.
It's always something.
It's always something.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
What was that? Oh, that was the pin. That was the pin falling. Oh my god.
Don't worry, Penny. We're close. We're so close. We're almost to the end. The end is in sight. I promise. Get it back together.
I feel like a fucking moron. I can't get the punch out, but I can't get the pin in enough to get the punch out either.
Use a smaller punch.
Yeah, I'm
on
just
the other side.
That.
That was a good noise. You like the sound of that pin hitting the floor?
Yeah.
Ping.
Awesome. Well, I hope it's lovely for you, because it's not so ideal for me.
It's fine, Fire Instructor. No, it looks fine to me. I don't think it's warped.
There we go. And now the plastic punches. There we go.
Okay.
Jesus,
so get all
wet.
those pieces out.
Okay.
And hinge the lower part kind of down, so it's open. Remember how that kind of folds?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So now we're gonna drive that pin into that one that's been sticky, just without him lined up. You're just gonna get it into the lower piece.
Okay.
Does that make sense? We're gonna get it in the right track for the decal.
So just in here.
Yeah. Also, inspect it right now. Does it look like it would travel through there normally? Does it?
Oh, yeah. It
fits right through. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, with the hinge still open, go ahead and put the pin in the lower part.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So get it started in there, like get it through.
Yeah, this one doesn't.
See, this is where we're running. We got to get past that detent.
Yep. I see the problem. I see what you mean. You know, I am going to do the thing
it's
of
probably
just...
never coming. It's probably never coming out again. But yeah, exactly. Yep. Cover it and big hammer.
Boy, fucking howdy.
And I don't know if there's a way to undo that. It probably would involve taking the gun further apart, which I don't necessarily want to do.
Let me see.
To, like, release the pressure on that detent.
Here's the thing. Do these go in on opposite sides? Because on this side it goes in pretty alright. That's the thing that's throwing me.
Let me look at some more diagrams here.
And I remember this was the one pin that came out really easily on the other side.
I mean, I don't necessarily see a problem if you want to install it the reverse direction, but...
Yeah, because that just went.
In Keltec's diagram, they do not have it going out that side. Because I think they're not captive that way. They're not doing the captive piece right if you're going from the reverse direction.
Mm.
a lot more hammering involved on this stream than I was
Yeah.
thinking it was gonna be.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, I think we do need to go the other way.
Oh.
Out of spec pin? I don't think so. I think it's just.
I mean, I tried the other pin.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
We just gotta get it. We gotta get it over that one piece, and then it'll go. Need to do a lot of coke to fully understand the weapon. Get in the Caltech mindset. I don't think that's a good idea.
The fuck?
Yeah, don't use the brass side. It'll get a bunch of brass marks on it. I would probably
Yeah, just.
double up on your cloth and use the bigger hammer. Like, fold it over so you get a little thicker piece and wrap it around and just give it a good.
On my lap. Here we go. Well, I have successfully cut a hole in my microfiber cloth.
Jeez. Okay, let me do some more checking here. I wonder if we can take the detent piece out to reinstall it. This is where I wish I kind of had one in front of me.
Yeah.
What's that little spring bit?
Now I'm back to having a punch stuck in one side and a pin stuck in the other.
Let's see. You know, another way you can do this too, Penny, is flip it over. And instead of hammering on the pin itself, you basically put the pin onto the table and then hit the entire side of the gun with like the cloth. But then you might end up denting some stuff, so I probably wouldn't recommend that.
I have managed to get one pin out with the other pin. So here's the thing that's throwing me. It goes in so much easier on the other side.
Yeah, but it didn't fully seat all the way, right? Like, it didn't want to go completely.
Not 100%, no.
Yeah, because again, it's hitting the piece on the piece we're trying to overcome here. Basically, it's getting stuck in the same spot, just in the reverse direction.
Yeah.
Which means it's not fully seated, which is not
Boy, this is annoying.
not good.
Oh, boy fucking howdy. Here's an idea. Maybe I could do something with the punch. Because, like, the punch...
The weird part is it really should all be lined up because you already have the other two pins in.
Yeah, that's the thing. How far does the punch go through?
And watch another guy re-disassemble it. He just kind of wiggles it and goes in. So.
But he's doing it all on the same side?
Yep, it's all on the right side. That's how the pins are supposed to be set up. So again, I think the crux of the problem here is whoever did this, instead of taking the pins to their captured detent takedown position, they hammered them all the way out and then put them in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we're fighting with basically getting it back in to the right setup now.
I wonder.
Yeah. Watch another guy. He just gives it a nice good thwack and it goes in.
Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you all for bearing with me.
Yeah.
Locking the bolt to rear, maybe that'll help.
No,
I mean,
that'll make a... You can try it,
this
but I think
one
it'll
was
make
the
it
one...
worse.
I'll fucking try it. Why not? Can't hurt.
You can put the handguard back on too if you want to.
Yeah.
Problem is, yeah, you don't really want to prop it up on the charging handle like that and hammer,
no.
because you're going to put pressure on the handle.
Oop, that's the brass side. Oh boy. Nope. It's just nope.
No, yeah, this was not the difficult one that we dealt with when we took it apart.
No, that was the other one. Motherfucker, man.
And this is also point two, Penny. If you don't want to mess with it on stream, you can always deal with it later.
I mean,
That's always an
I
option.
want to deal with it now while I have the health.
Yeah. Yeah, this is directly a result of somebody putting the gun back together wrong, which is why we're fighting with it now.
Dumb motherfucker.
So, I don't know if this piece matters or not. There's like those... No, it won't. You'd have to take the lower back off and kind of look at the inside to see if there's maybe another way to take it apart to get the pin in.
Ain't life grand?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't life grand?
You know, the M1 Garand is also very difficult to take apart, depending.
Is it?
I got one of the clips jammed in there so bad one time that I had to basically take the gun apart with the bolt back, so it had a ton of spring pressure on it.
Oh,
it was pretty much a nightmare. And then I had to put it in a vise and literally hammer out the clip because it was jammed and stuck in there.
Jesus.
So this, like, don't feel bad, Penny. This happens with guns. This is actually a fairly common event.
Okay.
Where something doesn't want to fit right, you get something jammed in there, and you're gonna have to use a hammer or something to put it back together.
Boy. I think I might just have to wail on it.
I think that's gonna be our option here. Is we got to get it past that little piece to basically seat into that groove on the pin, and then it should go forward. If you hinge the lower back down again, we can kind of look at it from the inside too.
Yeah, that's gonna make it easier.
In fact, I mean, if you might be paying to take it back apart, but you could literally separate the upper and lower again and just focus on getting the pin in the lower piece.
That's kind of what I'm doing.
back unless it's absolutely necessary. Yeah, I try not to pull mine out too often because doing that excessively will increase wear and then it can get loose.
Oh, joy of joys. Yeah, the table I'm using is not very solid. That's why I've kind of switched to using my lap.
Yeah. Bouncing around a lot. The other problem too here is, like I said, having a hammer with more mass actually helps a lot in these situations. You don't necessarily need to hit it harder. It's that like the heavier hammer will transfer the energy better to Ceta. But if you don't have any bigger hammers, that's what we gotta work with.
Try doing it on the yeah, I might move to the floor. It's probably a good idea. There we are. Plastic. All right, floor time.
Get the Bram to break out the sledgehammer, chat. Let's do it. It's hammer time.
I am gonna put in the rear pin.
I guess I can't see what's going on, so I'll trust instincts. Let's try and get it lined up.
I'll tell you what, now I can't get the rear pin in.
Which? Well, is it still lined? Is it still lined up? Oh, hold on. Do you still have the bolt back?
No, I let the bolt down.
Okay, good. Could be damage from improper insertion. It is possible, firearms instructor, but yeah, no, they're definitely on the right side. The pins are supposed to go from the right side through to the left side. That's all the pictures I've seen online, and in the Keltec owner's manual, that is the direction of the pins. Without really examining the lower, I can't tell. I don't know what it looks like in there for what it's catching on to not allow it to seat. Yeah, I would again. I think we might have to completely re-disassemble it, Penny, and look at the lower and take a closer look at that pinhole and see what's going on.
Okay, pin's coming out.
Yep, just take it all the way back apart.
Yeah, now it came out like a dream.
Yeah, and again, the pins shouldn't have to fully come out. They should stay captured on that right side. Like, you can hammer them out, but you shouldn't have to.
Fucking recoil spring. What's that?
Okay. Can we get a close-up of the
Okay,
hole
I think
in
I might see the
question?
problem, actually. So,
Yeah.
can you kind of see in here, there's a little something there.
Yeah, that looks like that is the... Look at one of the other ones. What does it look like? Is it the same?
This one's known good. This one does not appear to have that.
Okay, so can you give me a close up of that hole again? It's like a little wire piece there, it looks like.
Yeah. Let's go from the other side.
That is most likely our problem.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, I can see that's the spring bent out of place.
so, yep, okay, so we were trying to hammer past a bent spring.
Yeah.
So that's why. Are you able to bend it back into place with like pushing a punch through from the reverse side to kind of fit it to where it's supposed to go? I can't
certainly
see
try.
exactly how it's supposed to be.
But I don't think...
But-
it is just...
I guess, yeah, can you look at again, do any of the other ones have it that you can compare and see what it's supposed to look like?
I'll tell you, none of the other ones haven't, so...
Probably because the person who had it before broke them.
Oh.
Would be my guess. They probably all had this, and because they put the pins in the wrong way, they literally broke all these pieces, so...
Is that? I don't see it protruding through anymore. Is this just gonna... It's this
Yeah, try it
way,
again.
so- Oh! Yeah, okay. I think that did
All
it.
right. Wow. Well, see, this is the important troubleshooting step too. That if it doesn't fit, then yeah, pull it back apart. Look
Yeah.
again.
Let's just do it with
Closer
with
examination.
the top cover first.
Ooh, that was a nice tone to whatever that was.
Ooh, that was a recoil spring. I'm standing up now. I don't know when that happened, but so
Yeah, I think I saw one person do this. They put the rear pin in first. Other way.
Ooh.
Other way.
Is it?
Yeah, no, right side to left.
Oh, right. Good catch.
So I saw one person assemble it like this. They put the rear pin all the way in.
Well, that one works
They
now.
hinge, and then yeah, you're gonna have to take that one out or pull it back out to its D10 spot, and then hinge it open. So hinge the two halves open, slide in the barrel and bolt assembly.
Oh yeah, right. I remembered there was a tip. I couldn't remember what it was. That's definitely it. Do the rear one first, and then hinge it open.
Yeah, so have the rear pins fully seated.
This one's giving me trouble now. Let me make sure. This one, that had a nice tone to it too.
Yeah, I'd say I like the sound of that actually. What Keltec gun is this? This is a Keltec RDB.
Yeah. And this is not representative of how it's supposed to be. Someone just put it
No.
together wrong last time.
Yeah, and damaged things it looks like.
Get this in here.
Looks like the DMR from Halo Reach. It's got similar vibes.
Yeah. Come on, you bastard. Now I'm regretting ever taking this out because now it's not.
Yeah, and again,
No, it's not.
if once you get them seated, they really you shouldn't pull them all the way out. You should only be taking them out to the takedown position.
Yeah, we'll do that.
If it's working properly, but I don't know if it is, because I think the D10s are all damaged now from when they were installed the wrong way. Yes, the pins are all the same size, and they are not directional. Well, they are directional, but they're all the same size. They should be interchangeable.
Yeah, and I've tried multiple pins and. I see the problem. Another spring slightly bent.
Yeah, so try and get it lined back up, and then I wouldn't even worry about putting the lower onto the upper. Just get the pin so where it goes in that little track and is working like it's supposed to. Adventures in gun disassembly.
Yep, sure is. Nope. Fuck me.
You know, a trick you can do, Penny, too. I don't know the size of that punch, but get the piece lined up that you need to, push the punch all the way through, and then drive the punch back out with the pin.
Well, it's not quite the right size for that, unfortunately.
But yeah, I mean, if it's close enough to just hold it out of the way, is kind of the thing. And
I might be able to use it to repair the spring, honestly, because now that's gone through, so... No. Fucker.
yeah, this is where having a vise helps a lot, too. That you can hold it in place.
Yeah, I don't got one of those.
Yeah, you put the punch in from the reverse direction to basically hold pieces in place and then drive the punch out with the pin.
There we go.
Okay, so leave. Okay, do not
No,
drive that
yeah,
thing all
no.
the way out. So now we got to do the same thing with the next one forward.
I think the middle one is no longer captive, but fucking I'm fine with that. I'd rather
Okay.
that than...
No, and you can call Keltec. They might be able to get you new springs to replace these
Yeah.
if you want.
Okay. That's the one.
Yep. So yeah, put in the rear one.
Okay. This is good.
Now hinge it open.
And get the recoil in there.
Yep, and then slide that whole assembly in.
Easy does it. There.
Yeah, one of the surprises of a used gun. This is what happens when you get used guns sometimes. People break stuff.
I almost put it in the wrong fucking way again. I'm out the right side, so... Okay. Moment of truth. Woo!
Nice. Yeah, hell yeah. Back together.
Now we just put the handguard on.
It should kind of hinge there, yep.
Is that? I don't know if that was quite all the way.
I don't think you have it fully seated.
No.
There should be kind of a groove I think it hits at the back part.
Oh, there it is, I think. Oh. Well, that was through a hole, but it was not through the hole, clearly.
Not through the right hole.
Yeah, because it's fucking...
Any hole's a goal. Yeah, you didn't have it fully seated.
No.
So I have to pop that back out.
Oops. Well, hey, at least it's captive.
Good, good.
Now I see where I gotta get it then.
So I think you've only got maybe one pin that's not the captive piece is dead, it sounds like. Yeah, that's gotta come all the way down and sit flush against that trigger guard part, I think.
Oh, I see now.
Yeah, it's gotta, yeah, there you go. And then hinge it. Maybe.
Nah, it's a little tricky now. Put it on safe, actually. Probably need to do that. It's on fire. It was not on fire. It was, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Again,
There it
this
is.
is a point where, oh, we got it. Standing it up might help too, but.
Yes!
Yeah! Check function. Check bolt.
There we fucking go.
Hell yeah! Back together, baby. Wow, well, that was an adventure.
Boy, howdy was it.
But hey, now you know for next time, and it's gonna be way easier.
Yes.
It's gonna be way, way easier to take it apart.
And now we've actually got it properly. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
it's properly
4.
set up.
Okay.
Like I said, it sounds like one spring maybe got broken. You could call Caltech if you want on that. They'll probably send you a new spring for free. A lot of companies will do that, but,
Yeah.
or it would be cheap to buy like $12 for a new one. I don't know how.
Let's
difficult
wipe
it
down
would
the
be to
outside
install
now
it.
that we've got it.
Yeah. Yeah, give it a light coat of oil, wipe her down. Good to go.
Actually, I should get a new one because this one has a hole in it now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's the holy rag. It'll be blessed. The RDB will be blessed by the holy rag. Mission accomplished.
Finally. Thank you, Tristan Blaze. I appreciate the moral support. Holy fuck, man.
That's how it be.
Sure does.
Yeah. You know, in fact, there's a reason that
Oh my
there's
God.
certain guns. Oh, geez. Okay.
That might be blood. Just check on that real quick.
Yeah. Wash your hands, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll entertain chat.
I'm not sure how that happened.
Probably just in the motion, one of those things. It's really easy to do stuff like that, catch on something.
I don't even see where the cut is. Delighting wipe. Probably fine. Get your D wipes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the spring.
right off.
Spring was the problem all along,
Mhm.
and it's just because it had been bent from the previous owner.
Yeah, I think what I ended up doing is I ended up bending the detent spring so far that it's just no longer in the channel at all.
Yeah, that's what I
That's good, you're becoming one with the gun. That's true. That's true.
blood for the blood gun. Yeah. So
Look
I
at-
mean,
Look at these fucking hands.
good. Cute hands.
Aw, well, thank you. I was mostly pointing out the fucking battle damage.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Scars heal, right?
they do.
It could always be worse, right? We could have literally the gun could have not been reassembled. Like pieces were broken or something.
Yeah, this could have ended in a failure.
Mm-hmm. So I call this a win.
Yep. One of those.
Definitely good you got the punch kit though. That would have
Yeah.
that would not have
Well, I knew this was necessary because I tried to take it apart before.
you couldn't get it.
No.
Well, yeah, because those pins were jammed in there again
Exactly.
the wrong way. and messed it all up. Which reminds me, like, okay, how the previous owner,
How the fuck did you
freaking-
get that like that to
Yeah.
begin with? Jesus.
How bad do you have to be? There's like, oh, it doesn't fit. I'm just gonna get my big ass fucking hammer and smash this thing in here and just Hulk smash it together. It's like, no, if it wasn't going back together right, stop.
Like, it's gonna
Look
fit
at it.
now.
Examine. This is very much the, as we said earlier, if it doesn't fit, make it fit. This is what happens.
Yeah.
When you do that.
This is what comes to that school of thought. Oh boy.
But nice. Now your guns are all fresh and clean and ready to go.
Yeah. That was
Story
3.5
back to the
hours.
left.
It felt like an eternity. Not because
Oh.
because of the mishaps, not because of your presence. You made it lovely.
Well, it's clearly my fault, I'm sure. But I was gonna say, this is why there's certain guns that I actually will not take apart on stream, or try and fix things on stream, because I know it's gonna turn into just this horrible experience, like that SKS trigger group I was talking about the other day. I knew there was absolutely no way I was gonna be able to do that on camera, because putting the thing in a vise and getting a literal sledgehammer was the only way I got it apart.
Jesus.
And that was not going to happen with me, like, trying to do it on camera.
Some paper towels.
Yeah, it looks like this is a fairly common problem with people just Hulk smashing Keltex, because in fact I saw the 3 disassembly videos I watched, or 2 of the 3 had people that fully removed their pins, and the one guy said, yeah, my pins aren't captive anymore because of something that they did. So
Yeah.
I think people do
I
this.
gotta get
where they're like,
I gotta get a Q-tip under my thumb. There's like stuff on my nail now. Bleeding on stream is TOS? Oh no! Yeah, we'll get some water.
I smashed my finger and was bleeding on stream the other night.
Because
Yeah.
Lord knows I
A sight
fucking
got
need
me
it.
actually.
Oh.
I was folding up a backup iron sight, and it pinched my finger between the 2 recesses of the sight
Ugh.
hinge, and it like gave me a blood blister.
So what should I do?
From that.
How does one go about storing this little fucking...
You can pull that little piece back off and tuck it on the side and put the cap back on. That's usually what I do.
Oh yeah, I guess I
It
didn't...
should be like a little piece of tape if you didn't peel it off.
Yeah, I didn't
You
peel
can
it
kind
off.
of thread it through. You can thread it back through there.
Doesn't really wanna...
Maybe from the bottom, yeah. Just kind of get it under.
There we are. There we go.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be, just so it's secure. And then I put the cap back on.
Thank you, my friend.
You're very welcome. Oh, you're talking about the hammer. I thought you were talking to me.
You too! You too! But the hammer...
The delay. There's
Yeah.
the delay on the stream, so I was like, oh, thanks.
Thank you as well, Gacha.
Oh, wait. Penny's more appreciative of the hammer than me.
It's funny. I'm getting flashbacks. Do you remember, Temmie sent me a care package of fucking Canadian snacks, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. Temmie sent me a thing of Canadian snacks. One of them was Kinder Eggs. And
Oh, yeah, I've had those.
I swear to God, the Kinder Eggs had these fucking toy cars in them, and I could not get them together for the life of me. Like, I spent literally 5 minutes getting together this
Struggle's
tiny little
real.
plastic toy car. It just would not.
Kinder Eggs? Asteroid? You don't know what those are? They're like a little chocolate egg with a toy inside.
Yeah, and they're not allowed in the US because of choking hazards. Choking
Parents are
hazard
stupid
rules.
here.
Yeah.
Like, don't give your kid something that they're gonna choke on. How hard is this?
Well, close up the bag of patches. And also the other one. What you got there?
Oh, I just picked up the revolver again.
What kind of revolver is it?
It's just the Ruger Vaquero
Oh, yeah.
one that Bob Munden worked on that I was talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that was off stream. So.
Yeah. The 922R compliant Kinder Eggs.
It has to be assembled with so many US made parts to be legal.
Alright, for bearing with me through that entire excruciating process, I will show you. Oh, let's put a dead skin. So, my desk is over here. And I have a little side table over here that I'm using for my keyboard and mouse, so I don't have to reach across and put my head under the camera. But the only other mouse pad I have, because the one on my desk is big wide desk pad, only other mouse pad I have is the one a friend sent me for Christmas. Booba.
Looks soft.
It is soft, but the problem is, like, boot mouse pads are not actually great for my wrist, because, like, it has a wrist rest, but because of the shape, the wrist ends up trapped in the cleavage. So
Oh, no.
you end up bending your wrist more. And
I was gonna say, what a terrible problem to have.
No,
Wrist
but
trapped in
genuinely, it
cleavage.
fucks up the ergonomics, because then you're bending at the wrist instead. Dobro žalować, Soto-chan.
Makes sense.
My skoro zakończywają. I'll pull out the Model 39 again. I'll do one last little show off now that they're clean.
Yeah, well, everything's good.
39. Model 39-2. Verified empty. Oop, it is unsafe. Very nice. I also love the magazine release on this is great. Like, I can hold it upside down and it'll fucking
Yeah, really strong,
really
Release.
positive.
nice, positive engagement.
Yeah, I love this little gun. And then the RDB. Now that we've got the charging handle on this side. I just smacked my wrist on the top of the receiver.
Yeah, that'll happen too. People try to get fancy with the slapping the charging handle. I've totally missed it completely
I just banged my
before.
fucking wrist.
Yeah, or hit my hand on stuff. It's like, this is why I say this on stream. Like, it looks cool, but if you actually want to practice, like, don't do that. It's not the most efficient way to charge a rifle.
That's the funny thing. You can kind of just. It's pretty deliberate, but you can easily do it. I keep reaching with my right hand because I'm used to having it on the other side. Now,
Oh yeah, now it's on the right. Or
now the
left
bolt's
side.
locked open.
Yeah. How's the safety throw? Is it a 45 degree on that?
It's 45 degree, yeah.
Okay, nice. I prefer that over the 90 degree.
Yeah, bolt hold open on me. It's a very nice gun. I like this gun. And look how easy it is for me to maneuver with just the one hand, even. And my arm is fucking tired after all that. But I can still maneuver it pretty well.
Yeah, there's a bullet release firearms instructor. It's at the back there.
Yeah, it's right here. Matter of fact, I can show you that. Here. Push down on it. And it goes home. Alrighty.
You cut your thumb open slapping the MP5, hacker? Too aggressive of a slap.
Alright.
Well, that was a great time, Penny. Let's do it again next weekend. We'll do it.
I mean, next time you're cleaning your guns, I'd be happy to hang out.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Yeah.
Open invitation. I haven't done a gun clean stream in a little while now. I'm probably due for one.
Yeah. I always have a scrunchie on my hand. Well, that was a good time. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Any time you want to talk guns. I feel like we didn't actually do as much gun chatting as I thought we would because we got a little sidetracked with
Yeah.
the reassembly. But
We got sidetracked, and I was obviously preoccupied doing the actual cleaning.
Yeah, the hammering.
Great job. Thank you, fire instructor. Also, check out this.
Yeah.
Check out my little cute pink mag. Ooh, that's pretty positive too. That's nice.
You do got to remember, though, when you're dropping a mag, typically it's on the last round, so the bolt would be back, not forward, right?
That's true.
So they're gonna behave differently. Magazines are gonna behave differently whether the bolt's locked open or the slide's locked open versus forward on an empty mag, because the spring follower is putting more tension, so they shoot out more positively than they normally would.
Yeah, it's a Lancer mag. It's one of the pink ones. As soon as Gotcha said, "Oh, they're selling the pink ones," I bought a 120 rounder and two 30 rounders. And this is the 20 rounder, YouTube. Don't fucking nuke me. But yeah. Fetch. I guess it's about time to wrap things up.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for having me, Penny. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And if you have any more disassembly gun questions or things,
Oh shit! I mean, I should shout you out. I forgot to shout out. GACHAGUNS. Gotcha. Guns.
Yeah, don't be like a certain other streamer and call me GACHAGUNS. Someone who shall not be named.
There's a joke there. There's a more like DACHAGUNS. That wasn't really good. Oh, take these fucking glasses off now. Genuinely forgot I had them on. Thanks for stream. Have a great rest of your weekend. You too. I had a wonderful time. Take care, chat. Yeah. Why don't we figure out? Let's figure out who we can raid.
All right, I'll go ahead and pop off so you can say bye. But bye, Penny. Thanks so much. I had a great time.
Yeah.
You have, like I said, a wonderful rest of your day.
I'll see you later. Take care.
Bye, chat.
Bye bye. That was very nice. Let's see who we can raid now. Who is live? Oh, I should say, actually, I can't shout out because I just did shout out Gotcha. But, Koopa, my dear friend Koopa, who was in chat earlier, she is having her re-debut tonight at 10 p.m. EST. So I think her Twitch is just Koopa CH, isn't it? No, there's an underscore, I see. Koopa underscore CH. Wait 19 seconds. Well, I'll do that in 19 seconds. Let's see who's live right now. Thank you, Rayhammer. You got it covered. Much appreciate it. You know what? Otz is playing Arma 3, so that seems like a fitting thing to go into. So let's raid Otz. Alrighty. Thank you everybody for coming. Спасибо всем, что пришли. Three. Start raid. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Give Otz a warm welcome. All right. Всего хорошего. Пока. Bye.